Hello, my name is MrSpaml, and today I'm going to be showing you my favourite unturned weapons of all time. There is some lovely stuff in this list, and I have a little surprise at the end, so stay tuned. You're going to like the surprise, I think. And if this is the first time you've seen my beautiful mug in your display, then what are you messing at? Just hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, and let's go ahead and get started. I laid out each of the 5 best weapons, at least in my opinion. You might disagree with the order, but I've got number 1 here, and then obviously we're going to go down to 5. These weapons are like practical, but the surprise, you'll see, alright? You'll see the surprise very soon. So I'm just going to start off. Number 5, the TIMBERWOLF. A brilliant weapon. You all know the TIMBERWOLF. It's kind of legendary. It was literally like the second gun in Unturned. It's got an ID of like 16, I believe, and it's just a classic. It's just fun to snipe with because of that clip back. Watch. There we go. It's memories. Everyone recognizes that noise. It's got a brilliant range, and it's always just been literally one of my favorite snipers, if not my favorite sniper. But I'm not normally a big fan of sniper rifles. I prefer to use like assault rifles normally. You can put plenty of attachments, obviously. It is a good gun. There we go. That's enough Timberwolfing around, isn't it? Now that's a fine looking fella right there. Also, huge thanks for the support lately. We just hit, you ready for this? 12,200 subs, so I really appreciate that. It's always good to see. So like I said, if you're not already subscribed, come on, please just subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100k. That's a long way away, but still. At number 2, one of my favorite weapons of all time. Not just because it's blue, guys. Took off my shirt by accident. You know it happens sometimes. The scaler, there we go. It's a lovely gun. I know Russell, one of my friends, likes to use this, and he always has liked to use this. I can't help but think of Russ when I'm holding this gun, but it's a nice gun, and I love the fire rate on this. It's just really fast. Hold on, let me shoot this tree. Obviously you can put a load of attachments on. The suppressor's like bigger than the gun at that point, and so I mean, it is a lovely weapon. It's always been a nice looking weapon as well, and the hint of colour makes it a little nicer. Oh, you just saw number 3, but yeah, number 3 probably you would have been my favourite not too long ago. It's the Heartbreaker, the classic. If you ever play on survival, you'll know that if you're going to find any gun, it's going to be either an Avenger or a Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker being like the best. You can take out people with Maplestrike with a Heartbreaker quite easily. I almost feel like it's more accurate than a Maplestrike, but I'm not too sure about that. Honestly, I've always loved the Heartbreaker. It's just, I like it how its fire rate is a little bit slower. I feel like I can be a little more accurate with it, and I like the noise as well. But it just brings me back. And obviously I've not got max skills at the minute, I don't think. Oh, it's just such a nice sounding gun. And it's always just been so, I don't know. It's just nice. Everyone, you gotta agree. Heartbreaker is just a classic weapon, and it'll never get old. You've got to always use a Heartbreaker when you find it. And then we have the PDW, but let's be real, it's the Honeybee. It's the Honey Badger. It's the classic weapon. Most people would run around with like a Maplestrike and a Honey Badger, but this is definitely up there because of just how good as a secondary it is. If this was a primary, definitely wouldn't want to use it, but the fact that it's a secondary is just lovely. I like how quiet it is, even without anything else on it. It's just a great weapon. Brilliant when it gets up close and personal. Fast fire rate, it's quiet, and quite a satisfying weapon. I like the way he like pulls out the stock when he, yeah, it's a great weapon. You've got to all agree with that. It's just the Honeybee. I don't know why he changed the name to PDW. I think I forgot. It's because Honey Badger was from something. I can't remember, but number 1, the one you've all been waiting for. Probably a little anticlimactic because it's just such a classic weapon you can't even disagree with. It is the Maplestrike. You all know the Maplestrike. It's just, you can't really beat it. No assault rifle, no nothing. It's better than the Maplestrike in my opinion, and it's the weapon that you recognize the sound the most. It's more accurate than the Heartbreaker by a mile. Like, look at that. That's a nice little tiny hitbox right there. It's always just been a classic. You get your suppressor on there. Actually, let me put a suppressor on it. You get your suppressor on there, and you're just ready for war at that point. Yep, I love that sound. Adaptive chambering, a suppressor, a grip. I'm gonna put a grip on it at least. There we go, clip a little grip onto it. It's just memories. It's just the amount of players I've fought with Maplestrike is just ridiculous, to be honest. And there we go, that was my legitimate list. But now the surprise that I promised you. Over there, you might have spotted it in the background, we have another 5. This is the fun list, as I like to call it. This is the Bobby Dazzler list over here. Just ignore the metal floor. This is number 1, and this is number 5. This is just fun stuff. This is stuff I've used plenty of times. At number 5, the paintball gun. I loaded it with blue paint. Look, I've always thought the paintball gun was quite satisfying. Come on, like, look at it. It's just blue. It's just so, it's just good fun. Obviously, I've done a fair few paintball videos in the past, I believe. I think I've done like 2 or 3. One of them, it's just great. To have a paintball fight on a server, highly recommend it. Then we have the nail gun, another weapon that's just satisfying. I don't know what else to really say about it, it's just good fun. Also, I just noticed, these are coming out my head. Yeah, they're coming out my head, but alright. It's a good weapon. It's always just been fun to have a nail gun, and you'd find them so commonly that if you actually got a player with a nail gun, it was just great and kind of embarrassing for the player. This weapon isn't as fun, but it gives me a lot of flashbacks because this weapon is like the classic roleplay weapon. If you have like a starter kit on a roleplay server, you're gonna have an ace. It's just widely recognized. It's just that gun you have when you're starting off. It's just a classic, really. Oh yeah. Also, it's kind of a bit cowboy, which is always lovely. Can you go wrong with that? Oh, number 2 is a fun one. Oh, it's just a quad barrel. It's the most dumb shotgun in the game, I'd say. But it's just, I mean, can you really disagree with it? It's just, I love it. It's so dumb. It takes 12 gauge and you just, it's a quad barrel. There's not really much else to say with it. I just think it looks funny and thought I'd drop it in this list, of course. Whoa, I just realized all the barrels are like so broken. That is lovely. Obviously, if you've got anything that you think I should have put on this list before I do number 1 here, you know, comment it down below. What's your favorite weapons? You know, give me a 1 to 5. 1 being the best, of course. I'm curious what you guys think. Maybe you've got some weapon that I completely forgot was even in the game. Comment it down below. Maybe even drop a cheeky like while you're down there. And then at number 1, you may be wondering what the hell is that? It's the HMG. By far the best silly gun in the game, because with what other gun can you sit down, equip it, and then sprint? This is literally the only reason I put it on, and it's still technically a gun because look, it's also extremely OP compared to the rest. If you have admin, then you're gonna be running around like this, not gonna lie, because it's just the best. Look at this. It's also probably the most accurate in this list. By far the most powerful because it's a full-on HMG. Only you've got genuine accuracy. The explosive rounds, obviously, because classic. I'm just mowing down the entire rainforest at this point, but yes, it's lovely. It's just good fun. By far the funnest gun. You can do the same thing with the tank cannon, but it's not quite the same as the HMG. I prefer the HMG to it. Oh, now I can't stand up. Oh, hold on, let me equip a normal gun. There we go, that fixed me. Perfect. There we go. Hopefully you liked this random list. I know some of you are probably going to disagree with what I said, but keep in mind these are my opinions. But feel free to comment what you think down below. But anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you enjoyed it and you're not already subscribed, I've said it so many times in this video, so come on now, just hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, do you want to see more of this type of video? Because this was kind of fun to make, not gonna lie.